finally moved out.
Blow up.
Nice. We got 2 dogs.
Couldn't have saved it for your
4-year-old and 1-year-old
dad.
dog, so it's time to stop. Some weeks 5 in the fall. 6
I saw that. Good job.
It's like showing her over. It's not like a girl basketball.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the Edge program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here.
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 I belong here.
has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here!
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show here, live from Sectional 21 at DeKalb High School. We've got the semifinals for you here tonight on Summit City Sports. The first semifinal tonight will be the visitors on the scoreboard, the Snider Panthers. They'll take on the host school, DeKalb. And the winner of this one will move on to tomorrow night's 7 o'clock matchup, where they'll take on either Carroll or East Noble. That game will come up after this one, roughly about 20 minutes after this one is over. Once again, my name is Ryan Dellinger. I'll be your host for this matchup. My tag team partner tonight will be Lindley Kistler. She'll be joining us here in just a bit. Snider comes into this matchup on a roll. They are 18-4 overall, 8-1 in conference play. And notable wins this season for their new head coach, Reggie Tharp. Wins over North Central, Fishers, Maryville, Wayne, Carmel. A big win over Homestead, a win over Carroll, and a win over Northridge. Those 4 losses coming to North Central. An early season loss to Huntington North, the good Columbia City team, and Northrop, who was bounced out of this sectional on the opening night. For DeKalb, they come into this game 12-11 overall. They went 2-5 in conference play. Notable wins this season over Lakeland, Garrett, Concordia, Blackhawk, Mishawaka, Eastside, East Noble, and their opening round win over Northside on Tuesday night. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll take a closer look at the coaching staffs, and we need to pay some bills. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
I'm Matt Wolford, president of the IHSAA Foundation, and we need your help. We need your help so the youth of our community can develop advanced leadership skills. We need your help giving high school administrators and coaches the instruction and insight they need to be better role models and teachers. To learn more or to make a tax-deductible contribution, go to ihsaafoundation.org. You'll not only be contributing to the foundation of the IHSAA, you'll be contributing to the foundation of our community.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook page for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at Big Eyed Fish. Kelly Automotive Group is celebrating their 70th year in business. Shop all 14 of their brands at drivekelly.com. Tom Steele Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle. They've got other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, and engine diagnostics. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process. From bid to build, visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball player in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business, a system and solution that fits your unique needs. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. Are you ready to do what it takes to get your past behind you, whether that's expunging your criminal record or getting your driver's license reinstated? Jolly Law Firm is your answer. Sioka Cleaning and Restoration provides top-notch commercial cleaning services, including janitorial, water damage, and state-of-the-art disinfectant services throughout Northeast Indiana. That is Sioka Cleaning and Restoration. Online degree programs at the University of St. Francis are built for convenience and flexibility. Most degrees can be completed in 12 months. Visit online at sf.edu. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. To learn more about our services, log on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Summit City Sports. Follow us on Twitter at 260 Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We continue on here on the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show live from DeKalb. This sectional is in the semifinal round. It is time to take a look at your head coaches. Tonight they are presented by Tom Steele Tire. For the Snider Panthers in his first season is Reggie Tharp. He's 18-4 overall. Noah Stuckey's in his third year with DeKalb. He's 24-45. And in his 8 years, he's 89-96. The Sagarin ratings for Concordia, 94.34, good for Noah, 9th overall and 9th in Class 4A. DeKalb sits at 68.18, good for 124th overall, 62nd in Class 4A. The last outing for Snider was a big win over Carroll, 54-39, a team they could potentially play tomorrow night. DeKalb defeated Wayne in the first round of the sectionals in a blowout, 58-33. Snider leads the series 22-2 over DeKalb, and the last meeting was back on January 24th of this year. It was Snider winning big, 58-33. Don't forget, this is the game one of two, so we will have the second game after this one coming up around 7:45. That'll be East Noble taking on Carroll. In other sectionals around the area tonight, you're at Huntington. A good one a good night there, as well as game one will pit the host school Huntington North. They will take on New Haven, who beat Southside in game number one. In game number two down there in Huntington, it'll be the Wayne Generals taking on Homestead, who defeated one of the area's top teams in Columbia City in the first round. 3 big free throws by the freshman Maya Epps to give her squad the win. And then we know at Concordia down in 3A, they'll play tonight. Game number one will be Heritage taking on Woodland, and in game number two, it will be Concordia taking on Garrett. Those two teams will play tomorrow night at 7:30. In 1A at Blackhawk, this is the way their sectional is this evening. In game one, it'll be Blackhawk taking on Bethany Christian. In game number two, Elkhart Christian will take on Lakewood Park. Those winners will play tomorrow night at 7:30. One last look, and we will take a look once again let's go back to 3A, and we'll take a look at Norwell. And at the Norwell sectional, it did not give me the Norwell sectional, so we'll have to reset here. Well, we've got about 5 minutes to go. And let's see, we can get to Norwell now. And in game number one tonight, it'll be Norwell taking on Peru, and they will play the winner of Belmont and Northwestern tomorrow night at 7:30. So those are some of the sectionals around the area this evening. And our game here tonight is DeKalb and Snider. We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, we will take a look at the starting lineups. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on the Champions Network.
Sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back to the the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show here at the DeKalb Sectional. Time to take a look at your starting lineups. They are presented by Jolly Law Firm. First for the Snider Panthers, they will go with a 5'7" junior at guard tonight. Number 2, Janae Donahue, recently put on the All-Summit Athletic Conference team. Joining her in the backcourt tonight, a junior standing 5'9", number 11, Kyra Parker. Their point guard tonight, a junior, number 22, Jordan Poole. In the middle tonight, a junior, number 23, Tia Finizzi. And at the other guard position tonight, a junior, number 30, Sierra Sims. This is the way DeKalb will go tonight. They'll go with the usual suspects here, if I can switch up the paper. At one guard position tonight, their point guard, a senior, number 11, Elizabeth Martin. At another guard position, a senior, number 12, Delaney Cox. At another guard position, a senior, number 14, Evie Pepple. At another guard position tonight, a sophomore, number 20, Ashley Cox. And the other player starting tonight, a senior, number 30, Lily Cohn. So that is a look at your starting lineups. And once again, they are presented by Jolly Law Firm. A nice crowd starting to gather here at DeKalb High School. It's a Friday night. Tuesday night, we got packed when game number 2 started, and it was a good game there until about the beginning, I'll say about the 4-minute mark of the third quarter in game number 2 when Carroll just went off on Northrop and was able to blow out the Northrop Bruins. While this DeKalb team, I'll tell you what, they look good against Northside. Hit a lot of threes early, cooled late, but it was able to propel them to a big win over the Northside Lady Legends. We'll take our final time out here on the Parkview Sports Medicine pregame show. When we come back, we'll turn it over to the public address announcer. You're watching Indiana High School girls basketball on the Champions Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Rat's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals.
In the spirit of sportsmanship, we ask that all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusive language or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome at IHSAA events. Let's afford the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans the respect that they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated. Please enjoy tonight's game. At this time, we'd like to invite all fans to stand in our country with the playing of our national anthem. from Fort Wayne Snider High School. Number 3, Brenna Spooler. Number 4, Sarah Ellsworthy. Number 10, Gabriella Barnes. Number 12, Marjorie Ehrman. Number 24, Diana Finnessy. And number 32, Angelique Weeks. Now let's get started for the Panthers. Starting at a guard, a 5'8" junior, number 2, Donahue Donahue. Another guard, a 5'9" sophomore, number 11, Ira Parker. At a guard, a 5'6" junior, number 22, Jordan Poole. At a guard, a 5'9" junior, number 30, Sierra Sims. And at center, a 6'2" junior, number 23, Tia Finnessy. Panthers approach by Mr. Edward Clark. Now, introduce the starters for the DeKalb Barons. Starting at guard, a 5'6" senior, number 11, Elizabeth Martin. At a guard, a 5'8" senior, number 12, Delaney Cox. At a guard, a 5'6" senior, number 14, Evie Pebble. At another guard, a 5'8" sophomore, number 20, Ashley Cox. Close that line for the Barons, a 5'5" senior, number 30, Lily Cohn. The Barons are coached by Mr. Noah Stuckey.
All right, we've met the starters. DeKalb will be in their home white uniforms tonight. Snider in their road black uniforms. And our officials tonight are the law firm of Branch, Johnson, and Harvard.
Always got to have a Johnson.
Yeah, we always have to have a Johnson. The odds are you're going to have a Johnson doing one of your games. Joey Johnson's dad, also an official here in this area. Mike, and my broadcast partner tonight, has joined us now. Lindley Kistler's ready to go. And look at Finzi in there. She's going to jump against Cox. There's got to be 6 inches there.
And she even plays volleyball. Great volleyball player, so good luck.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about Finzi when we get into a foul shooting situation, because there's a lot of action on her right now. Here's the tip, and it's controlled by the Snider Panthers. They'll have the ball now, and this is Jordan Poole with it. And they'll throw it ahead now to Sims. Sims will go down to that right side. Dribbles back up, gives it back to Poole. The one thing you have to do against Snider Lindley is stop the drive.
Yeah, and the other thing is have a hand up for Jordan Poole at all times.
Exactly. Here's Sims on the drive. She'll throw it up looking for Finzi and threw it out of bounds.
You know, on that one, she was right there. She should have just gone up with even just a floater.
Yeah, Coach Reggie Tharp on his hands on his hip already. Here's Ashley Cox with it. Back over to Delaney Cox. Ahead now to Martin and fires it to Ashley Cox. Up ahead now to Pepple. She'll lose it and it's picked off. Both teams with an early turnover.
Yeah, one thing with DeKalb is they're definitely going to have to handle Snider's press.
And there's a step around. Nice block by Delaney Cox. She'll throw it ahead now to Martin. Martin, woo, look at that little ball fake, and she throws up the teardrop and hits it. Elizabeth Martin gives her team an early 2-0 lead. And one thing you better do against DeKalb is close out. They like to shoot the three.
Absolutely, and if you fake at it, they're just going to drive and do that little floater, Ryan, every time. They're very good at finishing.
And they've got this sophomore on the team, Ashley Cox, who's a good athlete. She likes to get to the rim. Now, she did not have a particularly good night the other night. Finishing, still ended up with 16 points.
We had a kick, Ryan.
We
That's
had a
what
kick?
it was, yeah.
All right, Donahue with the kick. And,
almost got away with it.
So it'll be Ashley Cox to inbounds here for DeKalb. 6:32 to play here in quarter number one. Here's Delaney Cox looking for Ashley Cox. She'll come around the screen, and they'll go back between the circles. Lily Cohn had a good start against Northside.
She did.
I think she hit 2 out of her first threes, and that led to a quick lead. And here's Donahue with the steal. Ahead now to Parker, who got the start tonight. She is hammered on the play by Delaney Cox. Tell you what, Lindley had a boys game last night that I thought, hey, this is going to be a great game. First quarter score, 28-23 Concordia.
Wow.
over Angola. So threes were raining everywhere in that game.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
then all at once the turnover bug and not hitting shots hit Angola, and before you knew it, Snider was up by 40 points in that game.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That is crazy. Snider hasn't really had a big blowout like that this year.
No, that was Concordia.
Or Concordia, yeah.
No, I mean, it was just crazy how the flow of the game went. And really, I didn't think Angola played terrible, and they got whacked. Johnny Washington had a huge night for the Cadets.
And, you know, when it's a bunch of shooters, if you ever go cold, that's just going to hurt your team, especially when both teams are hot for a while.
Yeah, it was. It started out, I mean, it was 3 after 3 after 3 in that game.
You would have thought it was Steph Curry versus Klay Thompson, wouldn't you?
Correct. So you watch NBA. I don't watch any NBA.
No, I don't. I just know the players and what they do.
DeKalb showing great patience again here with the ball. We're tied up at 2.
You know what, Ryan? Once again, what a
back
great
door.
back cut. Yes, I like that. But, Ryan, once again, this game would be totally different if there was a shot clock.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
But the good thing is there is no shot clock, and since DeKalb's so disciplined on offense and Snider can lose interest in defense after a while, that is a great advantage for DeKalb.
And a turnover. And here comes Ashley Cox. She'll stop, pick up her dribble, and give it to Delaney Cox. Her three's on the way. It's no good. Rebounded by Sims. Sims quickly into the front court. And now to Finzi.
That was great help by those DeKalb players.
Yeah, they all stopped, and a good
ball.
look down low to Parker, and she hits the bucket, and she's got 4 for the Panthers. Cox back to Cox, and a quickly up the court to a wide-open Cone.
Ryan, that's one
There
person
she
you
is.
might not want to leave
Yeah.
open on the wing.
Lily Cone with the big 3. That's the great thing about sectionals. Those records don't mean diddly-poo
No,
when you get here.
absolutely not.
Especially when you play in a team's home gym.
Yeah,
like
that's
DeKalb.
one thing. And then the other thing is, I mean, everyone gets so much better towards the end of the season. That's why you never know what could happen.
Yeah, and we see it. We've got Northside's girls team here just to our right.
Absolutely.
From where they were game 1 to where
To
they
the
were
end, yeah.
is a
so
big
much
difference.
improvement. Yeah.
Coach Mike Wall is still looking good, even
He
dressed
does.
in a sweatsuit.
He has his shades, Ryan.
I know. And this DeKalb team has gotten better throughout the year. We had them earlier in the year, and it was a little rough for them, but now they've kind of all figured out their role. And they better close out on her. Another 3, and that one's short. Long rebound to Sims. 4 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Sims looks underneath for Parker and threw it right off her fingertips out
See,
of bounds.
once again, I don't know why she won't just go up with the left hand.
You know, I think, and that'll bring on Barnes into the lineup, and she's going to replace Parker. And I think what it is, honestly, Lindley, these teams that are a little bit more high-level teams, they play against teams that aren't their level, and they can make that extra pass, and they get used to it.
Right.
We saw that with Northrop, a little bit down the stretch, and you make that extra pass, and it gets picked off by a good defensive team. And that's what's happening to Snider right now. Instead of going strong to the bucket, they're trying to make that extra pass, and DeKalb's got 4 back.
Right.
Donahue with some great defense. Outside to Cone. She'll go baseline. Back to Cox. She'll fire the long-range 3. And
Too many
nails it.
weapons, Ryan.
Yep. Ashley Cox drains the 3, and Coach Reggie Tharp says, that's enough. Let's use the timeout. We'll use one as well. You're watching Indiana High School girls basketball on the Champions Network. Welcome back here to DeKalb, the sectional 21. 3:41 to go here in quarter number 1. Couple big threes here by Cox and Konev give their team a 6-point lead as Jordan Poole will walk it up into the front court now for Snider. Here's Finzi. She has no threat to shoot out there. Barnes inside, throws it up with the left hand and used all the iron. Imagine that, a Barnes in the Snider athletic program.
Right.
Oh, Martin splits the defense, throws it to Peppel. Inside now to Martin. She'll face up. Kicks outside to Cone.
Speaking of the Barnes, and all of them great basketball players.
Yep, and there's an air ball. Jordan Poole with it.
You know what? Jordan Poole's been fairly quiet, Ryan.
Yeah, you know what, though?
There we go.
You spoke too soon.
Well,
she
it's
fired
a
it.
matter of time.
Oh, that ball dangerously goes all the way over to Delaney Cox. Poole is one of those players, though, that does let the game come to her for the most part.
Yeah, she does.
She doesn't force a lot of shots, and that might have been her biggest force of the night right there on shot number 1.
But, if she makes one, she's going to make about 3 or 4 more, so you never know.
Yeah, and she starts believing she can hit them from further out.
Right.
Yep.
And that's the thing. She will if you don't have your hand up.
I love the spacing of DeKalb here in this first quarter.
Yeah. They're very smart with the back cuts. I mean, look at that one. They had to overhelp with that. Actually, they have Peppel open. See?
And Peppel traveled on that play. 10-6 here with 2:20 to go in the first quarter. Barnes to inbounds now. DeKalb will stay in that. Are they in a box and one? No,
they are. No, you're right. Oh, no, they're in a triangle. No, Ryan. They're in a triangle and 2.
Triangle and 2.
One is on Jordan Poole and the other's on Donahue.
Yep. Mm-hmm. They'll call foul on DeKalb on that play.
You know what? That's fairly interesting because I don't think I would be doing a triangle and 2, Ryan.
I don't either.
Just because there's no reason to follow Donahue all around.
No, not at all.
She's not the person who's going to score like 30 points every game. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Barnes will shoot the 15-footer. It's no good, and that was Fordyce on the rebound. And they called a foul early, so they changed it to 20 Ashley Cox. Okay, so they've got that straightened out. And now a foul now on Snider.
And once again, Ryan, I would do a box and 1 if Jordan Poole starts to get hot.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just run a normal zone and know where Jordan Poole is. But Donahue she does everything. There's nothing she can't do. I would just pick her up right about where they are right now on the court if she's about to go the other way.
Right, and a tip away by Donahue.
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I would make sure she doesn't do. And I would box her out.
Yep, and a floater by...
What a play.
Yeah, that's a great play by Jordan Poole.
She is the X factor on this team. She does everything. She just does all the little things, but she also can score 20 if they need her that game.
Yep. And the thing about her, she has such a quick release.
She does.
She's like Kendra Sheets. As soon as it hits her fingers, it's getting launched.
Yeah, yep.
Man, what a game at that Homestead Columbia City game. Maya Epps, the freshman, so clutch.
Yes, absolutely. She got some ice in her veins. Did you hear about that, Ryan?
Yeah, you were texting me that she hit 3 big free throws.
Yes, but they fouled her with .5 left. But not just that. Did you know Coach Shear called 2 timeouts to ice her? 2 separate timeouts when she's on the line. And then guess what happened? When she's about to actually shoot the last one because Shear's out of timeouts, they give her the ball on the free throw line and then take it away because the buzzer goes off.
Oh, my gosh.
So she technically got iced 3 times, Ryan.
A steal by Poole. I wonder if it's slick on that end of the court. That's like the 3rd player we've seen hit the deck. Gabriella Barnes launches a laser there. A good rebound there by Finnessy. She misses it. Tipped around. It comes back to Barnes. And back outside now to Donahue. The Snider fans not happy with the officials right now. And I think they're going to call that on the ground. And if that's on Ashley Cox, that's going to be her 2nd. It is on Ashley Cox. She'll pick up her 2nd. She'll go to the bench.
Looks like we have Day coming in.
Yeah, Amanda Day played some good minutes against Northside. And that's a tough young lady to have go off the court. She's one of their more athletic players, and she can run in the backcourt.
And she's a great scorer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poole with it now to Finnessy. Oh, she'll fire the jumper and drains it.
I like that little mid-range game for her, Ryan.
She hits her first field goal of the game. We're tied up at 10 apiece here late in quarter number 1. Here's Fordyce with it. And now to Martin with 10 seconds to go here in the quarter. She'll drive. Good bounce pass to Day.
What a play. And you know what? Actually, Ryan, they might run a 4-round 1 DeKalb.
Yep, that 3 is good if it goes. It hits the front of the iron.
With Day in, you actually could, and just have her be the block-to-block, behind the defender. That might be an asset to them.
We'll see if they do that when we start quarter number 2 here at DeKalb.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Welcome back here to DeKalb. It is time for our second quarter to begin. DeKalb with the lead. They have not trailed in this game. We've had a tie, but no leads for Snider here in the first half. DeKalb just has shown great patience on offense. They have controlled tempo all evening. And that ball's tipped away. Finney will come up with a loose ball and gives it up to the number.
I'm not really sure which girl that was supposed to be for, Ryan.
Yeah, and that is Zayan Finney into the game. And a 3 ball by her sister is good. And Snider with their first lead. I did not know she was known as a 3-point shooter.
I don't think anyone did, Ryan.
No.
Except for her.
And that is, I was going to tell you, we were going to talk about her when we had a little bit of a break, but, oh, man.
I'm looking at that food. I told you, salad and breadsticks and pasta, Ryan.
That is amazing. Oh, yeah, because the coaches
awesome.
from the team still get it. Donahue down. Gets up slowly because Finney said get up. Tipped away by the younger of the Finney girls. She ran right over her. Man, is it Snider picking up the defense or what? And we have a 30-second time. So we'll stay here. Well, let's talk about Miss Finney. Tia, the older of the 2 sisters.
Uh-huh.
She has really improved as a volleyball player. So I think at some level she could play college volleyball, whether that's NAIA Division II, D3. She's a 4.1 GPA.
Wow, yeah, absolutely.
So she's an
Someone would want her.
outstanding in the classroom. But D2 schools are now coming after her for basketball. So if you're Tia, what do you do? Where are you going to get the most money, I guess, is what you're going to do.
Okay, but listen, Ryan, because I obviously did basketball, but my best sport, well, I had 3 sports. My best sport that I could have still done at that time of my life was track.
Gotcha.
But track, since I only did track for 2 years my entire life, and I had like IU and schools like that, but they were only going to offer half until you prove yourself and could earn more. But then that means I have to pay for half, where I could go to IPW at the time and have a full ride.
Gotcha.
So, you never know. You can't always follow the money. I think at this point in your life, you follow your passion. And the thing is, with her GPA, that way she could also get academics.
Yep.
So I think she just needs to follow, after this year, what her passion is, what she's going to be happy to wake up every morning at 6 a.m. and lift and, Ryan.
Yeah, I hear you. Ooh, nice block there by Delaney Cox on Donahue.
Yeah, Ryan, that is one thing I learned is, money is not always what's going to make you happy for 4, possibly 5 years of your college,
Yep.
So.
And Finney has, I think, Tia at least has gotten taller since the first time we saw her. She's put on some muscle as well.
She does. You see her hamstring and her calf from here.
Yeah, she's really put on some muscle. She plays for Summit Volleyball Academy in Fort Wayne, so she's a good athlete. And Cox will look down low to Day. Day with a good post up and gets rejected. Up ahead now to Poole. Snider leading by 1, and a long rebound comes down to who? Oh, it comes down to Cox of DeKalb.
She wasn't going to let it go. That is a very risky pass. And on Donahue's side, no way.
Oh, you got to shoot that. The sophomore, Zian Finney, didn't shoot it, and she's coming out of the game. Coach Tharp's bringing back in Sierra Sims.
So interesting. They're putting Cox back in with 2 fouls.
Yeah. Oh, Ashley's back in. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
And this is Delaney. Cox here on this near side of the court now. Over now to Ashley. She just actually drew the hardest person to drive on tonight. In Janae Donahue. Yeah. Janae Donahue and Jordan Poole both named All Summit Athletic Conference team this week, and Sims and Finney to the second team.
Okay.
And Justice Billingsley made that team and led the city in scoring this year.
I wouldn't doubt that one, Ryan, honestly.
20.4 points per game for Justice Billingsley
She's
from
a scoring
Southside.
machine.
Yep. They'll call that foul on Snider's at Donahue. She'll pick up her first, team's fourth, and that will send Ashley Cox to the line to shoot.
I don't think I saw that list. Who all did they have on the first team?
Okay, so there was a
girls?
couple from Carroll. It would be Kayla Gibbs and, of course, Fordyce.
Mm-hmm.
And that free throw by Cox is good. She's got 6 now, and that ties things up. And then from from Homestead, it would be Stevens and Maya Epps.
Okay, that sounds about right. Yep.
Annika
Nelson
from Concordia. 3 girls from Northrop, the twins, along with Brooklyn McLemore.
Okay.
And then rounding out the list was Gorman from Wayne.
Okay.
And Addie Shank from Bishop Lures. Finney again. If she really shows she has range with that height.
Yeah.
Wow.
Tharp didn't look too happy she shot that, but hey, it was a little bit of a heat check, but
Yeah, you know what, though? You're open. If you can make them, you got to shoot them.
yeah, and especially for tomorrow, if you're going to get hot tonight in practice.
Travel called on Martin.
Looks like she got her feet twisted up a little
Yeah. Head coach for DeKalb, very animated right now about control the basketball.
bit. Having a little talk with the law firm of Johnson as well.
Yeah,
Why does that just sound like it's actually a firm?
it could be. We got some good ones. Here is Barnes with the 3. That's a brick. And that goes off the fingertips of Donahue and goes back to DeKalb. And even 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This has been a quick first half. Cox skip pass ahead to Lily Cohn. What footwork. Keep it in, but she tossed it right to Jordan Poole. She'll swing it in the corner now to Donahue. Donahue not a real threat to shoot from deep. Good look down low to Sims. Missed the layup. Delaney Cox now over to Martin on the wing. She'll turn baseline now on Barnes. Gets a step, gets in the lane, throws it to Fordyce. Left-handed jumper up, and it rolls in for Fordyce. Do you get
Great
that?
patience, Ryan, once again.
Do you
even with
just
the shot fake.
get the feeling that Snider is leaving DeKalb around in this game?
Yes, and I think the second half might be a little different, Ryan.
It could be, but, man, I'll tell you what, DeKalb has come in with a perfect game plan for tonight. They have handled the
I don't
pressure.
even think they have a game plan, Ryan. They're just playing them. I
Yeah.
mean, they're the ones controlling the game. They're throwing Snider off their game.
And they've played great defense.
Yeah.
Over now to Sims. Back up top to Barnes. And she forgot to put the ball down, and we've got a sub coming in as Parker will check back in for the Panthers, and she'll give Barnes a break. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this is game 1 of 2 here this evening. Game number 2 will come up 25 minutes after the end of this game. It'll have East Noble taking on Carroll, who's coming off a great victory over Northrop.
Yeah, that was outstanding. They couldn't have had a better game plan, really. Talk about game plans. They took the 2 best game plans previously
Against Northrop.
against Northrop and made it their own.
Yeah, that Belmont game plan on defense was perfect.
What a block.
Yeah. Oh, and that's Snider ball. That is Snider. No. He got the wrong. Wow. We had a good view of that. That went right off the knee of Elizabeth Martin, and I think the officials might talk about it. Yeah, because he said knee, and if he says knee, then it was off of DeKalb.
Do we have his correct name this
That
time?
is Mr. Harvard.
Okay.
Phil Touche, the other official that was supposed to be here. Oh, they're not going to change it. Phil Touche, the other official, was supposed to be here, came down with COVID, so he could not be a part of this officiating crew here this weekend. Got that confirmed last night. Here's a drive and a kick. Oh, cone from the parking lot. It's no good and comes down to Poole. Poole averages 5 rebounds per game.
Well, she got hops, that's why.
Yeah, she does actually. Finney missed it, and it comes down to Cone. DeKalb still leads by 1 as we hit the 3-minute mark here in the first half.
This is a very low-scoring half
Yeah.
so far, Ryan.
Ashley Cox tried it and ran into the long arms of the law underneath there. Finney with her 3rd block of the game.
Ryan, that's her 4th.
Is that her 4th?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's her 4th.
You're going to go in there with her. You better come to a jump stop and go with a ball fake and see if she reacts to it.
Yeah. Or just do a short little pull-up jumper before she gets there. Throw her off a little.
And I think we have another timeout on the court. Another 30-second timeout here by DeKalb. Interesting. I would think that if you look at some of the semifinals tonight, you could see some blowout wins, but we kind of thought this might be a bigger margin, and it's been close. Can New Haven keep it close against Huntington North? They surprised Southside, scored a lot of points. Johnson had a huge night for New Haven.
I don't really have a comment for that
Okay.
game.
How about Wayne? Can Wayne keep it close against Homestead?
Yes.
Yes, I think
Ryan,
that'll be
listen,
close.
That was the first game of the season that I went to at all. It was at Homestead in their new gym. And Wayne kind of just – Homestead started off really strong.
Yeah.
But they came back and made it a lot closer. And now that, Wayne's that team that progresses over the season. So, I don't know. I think it could be pretty close.
And I just think when you
Wayne's
have two,
come a long way, and they
when
have
you
a lot of seniors.
When you have 2 good teams, it is difficult to beat the team the second time, no matter where it's played at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
even if it's like for sectional play, if you don't see them again until sectionals, you've had all season to watch the film. You've had all season to make the adjustments. They may get injured, and you may have gotten healthy, and it changes things.
Yeah, so talk about injury
quite a
and
bit.
getting healthy. So one of the seniors at Homestead, Molly Stock, has been actually sick for a while. So she was actually out of school for a while the last month or so.
Yeah.
So she wasn't playing as much, like breathing
Yeah.
and such. But she's supposedly back as of like this week.
But she played.
Better, and she'll be playing more minutes. So that will help to have another veteran, her and Allison Stevens.
Yeah, so it's just difficult to beat a good team twice, I think, in high school basketball nowadays. Good drive
we just
by
saw
Martin.
that with Carolyn Northrop. They're
Yeah.
both great teams. And
Yep.
that was exactly a 50-50 there.
What a move. Floater in the lane, no good. There's Finney again. And missed another layup. Snider missing a lot right at the point of attack.
You know what? With Tia, you can't even, unless you're going to literally box her out until the free throw line, she's going to get the ball over you if
Yeah,
you're
she
DeKalb.
is.
She's so tall. I mean, like some of those girls make up, like 2 of them would make Tia.
Yeah. She's like the Edie of this game. And there's a travel by Fordyce.
You know what? She's the ultimate help. That's what she is.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like, it's like, I dare you. I'll just show my face, I dare you.
Yep. Snider with only 1 lead here in the first half. Here's the younger Finney with a 3, and it's short. Poole with the board. Hammered from behind by Delaney Cox.
And this could be Snyder's first lead of the game, Ryan. 2 minutes left to go until halftime.
So that'll send Jordan Poole to the line to shoot 2 here for Snider. Comes into this game averaging 16 points a game, and she's a good foul shooter at 75%. And that line drive is good. She, too, getting a lot of looks by colleges.
Oh, yeah.
And this is a
Lots
young
of
this is a
Division
young
I
Snider
offers.
team. I think they're all back next year.
Yeah. Well, actually, I think the only senior. No, I think you're right. I don't even think they have a senior, do they, Ryan?
No, they do not have any. Yep, they do, but she doesn't play a lot, and that is Weeks. And are they going to call a foul on Donahue?
Yeah.
It's going to be her second. So we'll see if a sub comes on. Sims back at the table. She'll come on. Janae Donahue will check out.
Probably a smart move.
Yeah.
Such a close game.
Ashley Cox now with it. Comes here to the left side. Gets cut off there by Finney. Now turns and drives and runs into more help defense and turns it over. And here comes Snider with the lead and the ball. Sierra Sims with the tough drive. Took a bump, got her own rebound. Turns, fires, gets fouled. And, man, if that's on Delaney or Ashley Cox, either one will pick up their third foul.
Right.
Yep, it is Delaney Cox picking up her third.
You know what the DeKalb coach is going to be saying at halftime to the girls? If you're going to drive, you better jump stop.
Yeah. Go with a ball fake.
Yeah, and then everyone on the perimeter needs to shift for a passing lane. Yeah.
So Amanda Day will come back in for DeKalb and replace Cox in those 3 fouls. And I think that's something Carroll did really well against Northrop. They did a lot of faking and got Northrop into the passing lanes and then back cut on them a couple times and got some easy shots. Sims for the second free throw, and it's good. Snider with their biggest lead of the night at 2.
You know what? Snider actually shoots free throws fairly well as a team.
Yeah, they're about a 75% foul shooting team. Concordia last night for boys, 80%.
Wow.
And
as
they
a
didn't,
team?
Yeah, and they don't miss at the foul line. They
That's
might have
like-
missed one last night.
That's like Carroll girls. but-
Ouch.
Ooh.
That was ugly looking right there.
You know what? Someone's got strong ankles, Ryan.
Yeah, and Finnessy has had an issue with ankle injuries.
Oh, really?
Yeah, from volleyball. Sims will pick up her second personal, so Sims got to be careful here in the final minute. Day has it tipped away, and they'll call a quick jump ball to go to Snider.
You know what, though, Ryan? The whole entire basketball season so far, the best foul shooting team we've seen has to be Carroll girls.
Oh, yeah, them in
They
Columbia
missed-
City.
They just missed 1, maybe 2 free throws.
2 free throws
Yeah.
tops.
And they shot a lot of free throws, probably at least 20.
And that, that's what ultimately put them away against Northrop, all the free throws they hit down the stretch. A loose ball again, picked up by Parker. And she has it picked off.
Her ankle, and she's fine, too.
Yeah.
She has an ankle brace on that one.
1 minute to go here in the first half. Here's Cox in the lane, loses it. And now Snider with a chance with 45 seconds. Sims drives, kicks to Parker. She'll fire the quick jumper, and it's no good. Snider, have they even hit a 3 in this half? 1 by Finnessy. Who would have guessed that?
That was a great rebound and blockout right there. I can't see her number. She's going to go shoot free throws. Was that 30?
Yeah. Jordan Poole will get called with a foul. That'll send Lily Cohn the other way to shoot some free throws.
Tie the game, Ryan.
Yeah.
Possibly 4 halftime. And, I wouldn't think that DeKalb would be the one in foul trouble.
They are not in foul trouble. Snider's in foul trouble.
Well, people-wise. is
Right,
what I
exactly.
mean. Like, they have more of their, I forgot, their starters out.
Yep.
Due to fouls.
Right side now to Parker. She'll go to Sims. Drive, steps around the defense, and they'll call a hack on Lily Cohn.
I think she did that one on purpose. I don't think she wanted to give them
It was-
2 more points.
Our coach in high school, Glenn Parrish at Concordia, said if you're going to foul them on a drive, you make sure they don't shoot the ball.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because
Yep.
if you just, here, I'll tap you, then it's 3 points instead of possibly 2 free throws.
Sims with the first one. That Concordia boys team pretty good. Like, they have a lot of weapons. The second one will rim in and out, come down to Ashley Cox with 28 seconds to go. Baseball pass ahead. Oh, Finnessy with the good hands tips it out of bounds, and she goes right into the score table, runs right into our other 3 officials for game number 2.
Jeff Lytle didn't even flinch,
Yeah,
Ryan.
Shippy Lytle and our other official for tonight, Dice over there, ready to go. 20 seconds to go here in the first half. Cox now will bounce it off the kneecap of Day. And now tipped away, and Snider's got a chance with 7 seconds, and I think they're going to call a tackle. Nope, they're going to call a timeout for Snider.
Let's talk about the next game real quick.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
You know what I'm most excited for with Carroll? Make a guess. A wild one.
Signage.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, that's funny you say that because me and Armando Hopkins is the assistant coach for Snider, and we were talking, and he's like, man, who was the girl that came in and got all the rebounds? And I'm like, that was Bailey Signage, the freshman volleyball player.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, she knows where her bread is buttered at the next level. She's going to go play college volleyball somewhere, whether that be D1 or in an
it's going to be Division I.
I don't know.
If it's a smaller school.
We'll see.
Height,
yep, and she really can jump.
Yeah, girls can still grow, Ryan. Believe it or not, they could.
So, you know, she's very good. We'll see how she does tonight. They're going to go against an undersized East Noble team tonight. Not a lot of size on that team, but they are fairly quick.
And if you look at strength of schedule also, Carroll's strength of schedule is
one of the best in the state.
Yeah, and it's way different than East Noble as well.
So we've got 5.6 seconds.
With his nice shoes on, wiping up the floor with his shoes in the rag.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you just love to be the coach who has to sit with the rag underneath you?
And Coach Hopkins got a bad hip, so that's hard on him. Him and I are in the doctor's office at the same time. Here's Poole. She'll fire the three. It's good if it goes. It's wide left, and that will send us to halftime here at DeKalb High School. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll give you the unofficial scoring. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on the Champions Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches, and I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November, in addition to the club training he was doing, because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training, just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a lot more strength training.
I like all the lower body stuff the best. I do goblet squats, split squats, back squat, front squat, a lot of those. Tyler knows what's best for me. He always points me in the right direction. He just pushes me to go harder every day.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
I just want to be the best in basketball. So I want to be the greatest of all time to play women's basketball. So I just know there's people out there working just as much as me. So I just want to keep working hard and keep that intensity going. And so one day I can pursue my dreams of being in the WNBA and playing overseas. So I just want bigger things to come in my life.
I remember when I started in March, she could do 0 pull-ups. She did have a great 25-inch vertical when she first started. She only weighed 150 pounds. One of our main mottos is do the simple things exceedingly well, and that's where we started. So we started the foundation, building her base, and now we've got to basically the peak of our pyramid of things that we can do with her. So we didn't skip any levels. We did all the basics, and she got really, really good at them, and that's what's led her to become as great as she is at basketball and performance.
I've watched her grow, the confidence-wise, the strength-wise, the jumping ability, her footwork. It's really amazing to kind of watch for a girl her size, being 6'3", 6'4", to move like she can move and do the thing and be as agile as she is, along with the strength.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts, all with a 99% career success rate.
You belong here. Here.
Here.
I belong here.
Has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, SummitCitySports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
In 4 years, this could be you.
At the University of St. Francis, you'll find everything you need to succeed, from business, nursing and science, to the arts.
You belong here.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
Yo, what's going on? It's Antoine Taylor with Matrix QB. I'm so excited to announce our new book, The Quarterback Tool Shed, strictly designed to help you slow the game down so that you can speed up. Whether you're a parent, a coach, or a player, it's jam-packed with information. We're going to help you slow the game down by giving you a mental processor so that you can speed up. This resource has all the things you need, from reading the defense, passing mechanics, pre-snap filters, coverage ID, and much, much more. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see you on the inside.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Kelly Automotive Halftime Report here at DeKalb High School. A couple of score updates from around the area. Over at the Blackhawk sectional at halftime, Blackhawk and Bethany tied at 17 apiece. At Huntington North, it is all Huntington North in the first half against New Haven. They are winning 29-9 at halftime. Your unofficial scoring in the first half, first for the Panthers. Barnes with 2, Parker with 4, Poole with 4, Finnessy with 7, and Sierra Sims with 2. For DeKalb, they got 2 from Martin, a team high 7 from Ashley Cox, 3 from Lily Cohn, 2 from Fordyce, and 2 from Amanda Day. Don't forget, this is game 1. We'll have game 2 coming up just after this one, about 25 minutes afterwards. And then we'll have the sectional championship tomorrow night here at 7 o'clock. That'll do it for the Kelly Automotive Halftime Report. When we come back, we will get started in the second half. You're watching Indiana High School basketball on SummitCitySports.com.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1 hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with gym rats basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the EDGE program in November in addition to the club training he was doing because it offers personalized programming for his athletic goals. PSN Performance uses a long-term athletic development pyramid. At such a young age, it's really good for Brandon to set the foundation of athletic development. Since he is in season all year round, he has to be ready for all the physical demands. So he does a lot more strength training just because in basketball he sprints and cuts a lot. In baseball he's doing a lot of sprinting. In football he does a lot of sprinting and jumping. So preparing him to withstand the physical demands of those games, he does a
All right, we're ready to go here in the second half. DeKalb will start with the ball. Delaney Cox will inbound. She'll have Ashley Cox, Martin, Cone, and Evie Peppel. Here is Cone on the right wing. She'll drive on Sims. Sims with some good defense here. She'll throw it up and gets fouled by Sims, and Sims will have to go to the bench now. She's picked up her 3rd personal here in this second half, and we'll see where Coach Tharp decides to go.
I know what they said at halftime, the DeKalb coach. Just go up regardless. If you get blocked, it's going to go out of bounds. And if not, look, you're probably going to get to the free throw line. He probably did say that too, Ryan, because you see that right there.
Yeah.
She didn't travel or try to stop. She just went right through her.
Lily Cone throws up the free throw and hits it. That'll bring on Fennessy. So the Fennessy sisters down on the block now, blocking out. And Cone to try to get this 1 point closer. And it's good for Cone. I mentioned the score at Blackhawk, that game between Bethany and Blackhawk. Bethany handled Blackhawk pretty easily in the regular season.
Yeah.
So another
17
game.
17 is what I just saw. Is
Yeah.
that right?
Yep. Down low to Fennessy. She'll go up with the left hand, misses everything, and it comes down to Cox.
By the way, where is Bethany Christian?
Bethany Christian, oh gosh, you would have to ask me that. It's up here in the northern part of the state.
I did just ask you that.
It's. I don't want to say Elkhart because Elkhart Academy's in that sectional as well, but that's what I want to say is Elkhart. But
is
I could
it kind of like Cherubusco-ish? Maybe, I don't know. I'll have to look it up at the end of this quarter. Oh, great pass.
Cox fires and hits it and gives DeKalb the lead.
Was that sister to sister?
I don't believe so.
I thought there was 2 Coxes.
There is, but I think that was from Cone.
Okay.
Fennessy will fire the jumper. She's fouled on the play, and she'll go to the line to shoot some free throws, and we'll see who that is on. I think they called it on Evie Peppel. Evie Peppel with her first free throw of the game. Fennessy at the line shooting some free throws. And she hits the first. And back into for the first time, number 12 will check on. Ehrman will come in for the first time, and we're tied up at 20 apiece. Second one on the way is short. Tipped, and Parker tips it to herself. Comes up with the ball and gives it now to Poole. I think Poole's going to look to score more here in the second half. What do you think, Lindley?
Yeah, and I think they need to capitalize on some fast breaks more than they did last half.
Parker hits the 3. She's got 7, and Snider up by 3. Cox with it now. Looks inside for Martin. Turns.
You see that, Ryan? That was the jump stop. Oh, she almost had that board, too. She did get the board, actually.
And they'll call a jump ball. It'll go to Snider. It was weird because Fennessy came over to double team her and then left her, and she realized it and had a fairly easy pass to the right, a path right to the rim.
Yeah, I think it shocked her more than anything.
Here's Poole with it now for Snider. 6:16 to go here in the third quarter. Donahue was in foul trouble in the first half and had to sit a lot. Fennessy again with a quick jumper, and she nails it.
You know what, Ryan? All day for her right there. That's the same shot that Sanaya had the other day.
And you know what?
And they're playing a zone as well.
Exactly. And you look at that pass. That pass was right above her, right at her shoulders.
And she didn't bring it down.
Nope, not at all. At the rim is Donahue. She missed it. Tip long out to Martin, and a couple Snider players down behind the play. Bounce pass now to Cox. Kicks it outside to Lily Cohn. She'll fire one and nails it. Cohn now with 8, and it's a 2-point game. They'll swing it now over to Donahue. Down low to Parker. She'll turn, and she gets blocked on the play by Ashley Cox. And that'll be her third personal, I believe. It is her third. And Parker will shoot some free throws. Parker, a 67% foul shooter, and she hits the first.
Both teams shooting very well from the free throw line.
Not very many misses in this game. Second one on the way is good as well. Largest lead of the game now for the Panthers at 4. 5:20 to play here in the third quarter. Cox with a nice crossover, gets a step, kicks it over now to Peppel. Peppel back up top now to Delaney Cox. She wants to drive. And it went for the backdoor cut, and Poole was ready for it. Here comes Snider. Poole quickly the other way. A step around the defense. Misses the left-handed layup, and now Cox has got it and headed the other way for DeKalb. Uh-oh. That one's hard off the back of the iron by Lily Cohn, and Jordan Poole can't stay on her feet right now.
Not standing up very well.
Yeah.
They need that sticky thing at the score table for their feet, apparently.
And nobody's guarding Parker here in the second half, and she is making DeKalb pay. She's into double figures with 12 points.
Hey, you know what? I don't blame her for not wanting to handle the ball with Donahue on her.
No, not at all. She's a great defensive player. Very athletic. She could probably play on the football team, to be honest with you. A give now to Delaney Cox. Goes in the lane and gets swatted by Poole. Donahue with the rock. She'll push it now for Snider. Little stutter step and go. Steps through the defense, and we'll call a jump ball with her and Martin. It will go to DeKalb. That was good
what
defense.
A play.
Yeah.
That was great defense, yeah. I actually don't really know how she did that so perfectly, Ryan.
Just timed it just right. And Ashley Cox to inbounds now. Her team down by 7. And now Cohn will bring it up. Ehrman will check her. We go under 4 minutes here in the third. Cohn kicks
Great
to
pass.
Peppel. Peppel sets her feet, fires and drains it. Peppel with the 3. And a timeout on the court, DeKalb. We will use one as well. You're watching Indiana High School girls basketball on the Champions Network.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Area sports looked a lot different back in 1952 when Jim Kelly opened his first dealership in Fort Wayne. 70 years later, that original dealership has grown into the Kelly Automotive Group with 14 brands in 3 locations, including our new Fort Wayne Auto Mall and Kelly Chevrolet on Lima Road. Fort Wayne continues to support our local teams and businesses. Thank you for 70 years. We could have never done it without you. Visit us today at drivekelly.com.
DeKalb trying to stay in this one with 3:51 to play here in the third quarter. They've hit a couple big threes here in the second half, and they trail by 4 as Snider will have the ball. Crowd getting bigger and bigger, isn't it?
Yeah,
by the minute.
It's a Friday night 7:30 game.
Poole.
And really, East Noble and Carroll are
yeah, they travel
far,
well.
and they're not far
No.
either.
Poole now to Ehrman, now to Finney. She'll fire another 3, and it's no good. And now a chance for DeKalb. Push ahead. Now you better guard her. She's got the ball out there.
They really need to stop at those lob passes, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're not going to get those over Snider.
And an extra pass cost Donahue some points and Snider some points again. Cox pushes it now to Delaney Cox. Back over to Martin. Ashley Cox was open for about a millisecond, and then Donahue came streaking down the court.
You know what the difference in the play is right now? Snider's actually pretty frustrated, Ryan. You can see it on their faces. But DeKalb has hope still, and you can see them playing hard.
Yeah, playing in front of their home crowd always helps.
So patient.
Peppel will try another. That got maybe blocked a little bit. And here comes Snider with the ball. Jordan Poole behind the back. Now gives it up to Ehrman. Back to Poole.
It's going to be not too long until Jordan Poole starts going, Ryan.
Yep. And Cone gets called for the personal. And another thing, you know, when you get to the postseason and you're a senior, this is it.
Yeah.
You know, you play a lot harder when you know your season's going to be over. And I think that was the case a lot with Carroll.
Oh, yeah. Taylor Florida,
yep.
Kayla Gibbs, absolutely.
Parker again from the wing. That's no good. Ehrman with the rebound. Kicks it back now to Donahue. Down low to Parker. Parker with one dribble and up. Missed it. Got her own rebound. Kicks to Fennessy. Fires. Oh, that was 3/4 of the way in and out.
She kept it high, even on the
I know, he's
three-pointer.
perfect.
Yeah. But if she's going to do that, she might just need – what a great defense.
Donahue to the rim, off the glass, and hits the shot. That's just her first points of the game. She averages 12 on the season.
Donahue's down, Ryan.
Oh, she is. Oh, right here, limping right in front of us. Cox will catch the loose ball. She'll fire the three, and it goes in and out. And Donahue limping towards the sideline with the trainers. And Sierra Sims will come back on. That was weird. Was there any contact? A little bit?
Sadly, there wasn't. Unless it was her face, Ryan.
Yeah.
But if not, might be. I was thinking knee possibly, Ryan. That's what I was thinking.
Yep.
The same thing as Destiny Craig with the layup.
Yeah, when nobody was around.
Yeah.
$1:52 to play here in this third quarter. Snider with the ball, down one of their main players now.
That would be a huge loss for them, Ryan.
Yep, you're going to have to get Parker's been hot, though, in this game, so she's been able to help out with the scoring tonight. Ehrman back to Poole. Over now to Fennessy. Skip pass to Sims. And back to Poole. Poole trying to drive and gets cut off there by Lily Cone, and Cone will pick up another foul. That will be her third. So 3 of the players now with DeKalb in foul trouble with 3 fouls, and they're the 3 of their main young ladies.
That's what I was going to say, yeah.
14 fouls on DeKalb here in the second half. Here's Sims with it with 90 seconds to go in the third quarter. Back to Ehrman. And now to Sims. She'll fire the 3, and it's short, and it comes down to Cone. And Cone went down.
I think she got her legs once again a little
Did she
twisted
get tangled up? Did
yeah.
she?
I think it was more of the stability of her ankle rather than the legs actually twisted. But earlier, one of them did actually have their legs twisted.
Here's Cox now looking for Ashley Cox. She's got it looking down low. I thought she was going to.
You know what? Snider's defense is on another level.
Yeah. And Fordyce comes up with a loose ball, throws it up with the left hand, and is fouled by Jordan Poole.
Jordan Poole not very happy with that call.
Her second and the team's second here in the half. And the lefty Fordyce will go to the line to shoot some free throws. And a free throw on the way is good. Good substitution there by their head coach at DeKalb. Got one of the young ladies out here in the final minutes and brings back on Martin now as Delaney Cox will sit. Fordyce fires, and it's no good. Rebounded by Sims. Snider with the ball with 40 seconds to go in the third. Sims on the move, and down goes Peppel. But she fouled Sims. Evie Peppel now with her second and team's fifth. 40 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It'll be Poole to inbounds. She'll look and fires it up top now to Ehrman. Over now to Sims. Sims splits the defense, gets hit on the hip. That's either going to be on Ashley Cox or Fordyce. What happened there?
Probably one of them kids. Yell at him, Ryan.
Sims fires the first, and it's no good.
Sorry about that, guys. We
Yeah.
got some little DeKalb future Barons over
That's
here.
right. Excited about the game.
Accidentally unplugging the cord.
Sims will look to get the second one here. She'll fire it and hits it. Sims with 3. And Snider back up by 6. They'll get it in now to Pepple and right back to Martin. There's Martin on the drive. She can't get around Poole. Poole totally disrupted that play. Inside now, and they'll call a foul from behind on Ehrman. Yeah, I think you were looking at what was going on over there with
Donahue.
Donahue.
Yeah, she's got ice on her.
That's on her thigh.
That is on her hamstring, actually, right?
Yeah, on her hamstring and thigh. Oh, good move. And a drive and a kick.
Maybe a little pulled hamstring or something.
Or a cramp. 8 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Martin's got to get going. She'll get a screen. Drives, fires the jumper, and missed it. Tipped, and that will do it for the third quarter. A low-scoring game here at DeKalb. We'll see you in 60 seconds.
Joint pains, sprains, strains, or back pain? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, Ortho Express has specialized orthopedic physicians on staff when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Friday 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more.
The athletes has always been here, and they're getting better. I'm watching, Summit City Sports, man, they're doing an awesome job. And, that's a plug. Them dudes are doing an outstanding job. And I'm able to be in Nashville and watch games on YouTube that they're broadcasting, and I'm seeing the talent. And it is just truly outstanding. And, you guys have seen the talent that's in the NFL now from Fort Wayne, Indiana, the talent that's coming up now, and the talent that, is just here, man. It's really cool.
Welcome back here to Sectional 21 at DeKalb High School. Our final quarter of the first semifinal game. It is Snider leading by 6. Game number 2 will come up after this one. Right now, I'm going to say it's about a 7:45 start here at DeKalb, and that will have Carroll coming off a big win over Northrop, and they'll take on East Noble. And Poole with it now for Snider. Will Snider elect to maybe run some clock? They also are in the bonus the rest of the half.
Ryan, honestly, probably not, because Snider's not really very disciplined at not scoring.
Exactly,
so.
Yeah.
Remember, Northrop had that problem the whole entire season until the last, week and a half maybe?
Yep. And we thought they had gotten over that in that win over their final night win. Who did they beat on the Homestead, right?
Homestead,
yeah. Here's Sims right through the defense and hits the layup. Sierra Sims with 5. And what do we have? We have a delay. Yeah. Cox will inbounds now. She'll give it to Ashley Cox. 7:30 to play. Ashley Cox drives. Good move. Kicks outside, and it's tipped out of bounds by Parker.
Those fast hands, Ryan.
Yep. Parker just a youngster, too.
Ryan, there is 7 minutes still left in this game, and it's actually a lot closer than what it may seem.
Oh, yeah, the 8-point lead is – we've seen Lily Cohn hit some big threes. Both Coxes can shoot from the outside.
And now they don't have Donahue, their best defender, as well.
Yep.
But I'm just saying, the vibe of this gym and the play, you wouldn't think it was even that close.
Right. Cohn goes baseline on Ehrman. Ehrman goes up. Good defense there by Ehrman as Poole gets the rebound. Poole quickly ahead to Parker. She'll fire the three, and it's good for Parker.
Ryan, that was a great no-look pass. Did you see how that froze the defender on her
Yep.
side?
Well, she looked right. She looked to the right side of the court and then came back to her left. That was a good play by Poole. Ball tipped and picked off by Snider, and then a quick foul called on Martin. Her first, team's 7th, so that will send Snider to the line to shoot some free throws. And this is the wrong young lady to put on the foul line.
Of anyone on that team. I don't think that's who you wanted on the line. But actually, Donahue's a really good free throw shooter, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Jordan Poole will step to the line, trying to give her team a bigger lead. They are up 11. That's the largest lead by either team here this evening. Poole will fire the first, and it's good. Poole with 5.
Her free throws remind me of Sheets.
They don't even touch the
net.
they don't even touch the net.
And they're about the same size, except for Sheets has a little more muscle, Ryan.
Yeah, a little bit more.
But hey, when Jordan Poole gets to the Division I level, I'm sure she's going to look a little different.
They certainly do. Man, I'll tell you what, Indiana girls basketball team is freaking loaded.
They are. I don't understand, seriously, why Sydney Parrish did not just go there in the beginning.
Yeah,
I
agree.
Basketball, and she's always been I think she's always been an IU fan, but there's always the Nike at Oregon.
I mean, they're good. They're good on the nice play by Martin, and another timeout on the court. I wasn't even sure there was any more timeouts left by DeKalb. I was just going to say that Indiana's basketball team, their bench is even deep this year.
Because Grace Barger, however you say it, she was out for a week or a couple weeks, and they just filled it in, and then she came back, and then look, it's even a deeper bench.
And their freshman class is outstanding, and they have another good freshman class coming in behind this one.
Yeah.
So,
and the Big Ten here in Indiana, girls, well, I can't say girls and boys, but technically, yeah, because Purdue and IU are both in the top 25 for men's, and IU's been in the top 5 for girls pretty much the whole year too.
Yeah, so it's been good basketball for IU
And
this
for
year.
Big Ten girls, you don't really see teams in the top 5 like that very often. It's usually your same people from UConn,
and the Big Ten has
South
the
Carolina.
best scorer in the country.
Yes.
Caitlin Clark.
Oh, absolutely. I was running on the treadmill last night, Ryan. 2.5 miles. I was sprinting, but I was watching the game. I love that about Planet Fitness in the YMCA.
Oh, yeah.
I can go in there and watch. But sometimes I almost miss my step because I'm like, who is that? Oh, yeah, because some of the girls
she
have
shot
the
that
brown
from
hair.
where?
From, like, the last cheerleader almost right there. Like, she
I know.
had 3 of them in a row in the same location. I'm like, were you going to take a couple steps out on defense or just let her keep shooting there? Because she'll make them.
It was interesting today on the Dan Patrick Show. They talked about who is the best college shooter. And every single person that was on the show or who came on the show said Caitlin Clark.
Oh, absolutely.
Men's or women's basketball.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a final 6 minutes to go here at DeKalb. DeKalb's going to have to get on the hurry here, get some turnovers and some easy buckets. They trail now by 11. And we'll see if Snider decides to use some patience. They don't usually do it, but they may need to here in this fourth quarter. Yeah, Poole will back it out. They know if they foul, they'll go to the line. And there's a cheapie on Cone, her 4th.
You know what, though? Without Donahue right now, they're actually without one of their primary ball handlers.
True.
It's really now, for like someone you would actually trust to have the ball at all times, Jordan Poole. Besides
Right.
that, I mean, you have girls who can handle the ball, but do you want them to with pressure? And you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So.
Free throw on the way by Poole is nothing but net again.
But that's who you want at the line if you're Snider.
Speaking of college basketball, did you know last night in PFW's win over Oakland in men's basketball, they had both a person score their 2,000th point and their 1,000th point in the same game.
For men's?
For men's.
Who?
Who's their unbelievable guard that can shoot from anywhere? Feel like he's been there forever. Godfrey with his 2,000th, and the other name still is out of my mind here. I can't get it, but I want to know when that's happened. I want to know when that's happened. And Godfrey.
But Ryan, you know what that is? It's those COVID years that give you 15 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what is a person like my age?
Yeah, well, Godfrey was way off of getting 2,000 until it got late in the game. Then they started fouling him, and he went from 28 to 38.
Wow.
Right at the end of the game and got over the hump. So, man, what What an awesome honor for two guys in
And was
one
it at
program.
home?
No, it was at
Oh,
Oakland.
man, that would have been fun at PFW.
Yep, and
if you would have
Parker.
had 1,000 and a 2,000 in the same game at home in front of all your friends.
No
and
doubt.
such. Yeah.
And now PFW tonight will play against Detroit Mercy up on the north side of Detroit. Cox in the lane, now kicks it outside, and now Delaney. Nice ball fake. Nice jump stop, and a little short arm shot there tipped out of bounds by Finney. She might be a little bit tired.
Speaking of PFW, the girls are having a much better
Uh-huh.
season than they've had since actually our own in the gym. Coach Chris Paul was there.
Yeah, they had a big win this week over Youngstown State.
Did they?
Yeah.
See, that is one of the biggest wins for them, yeah. I mean, I think they have a winning record
They
this
do.
year. That's what I'm saying. That hasn't
Yeah.
happened.
And the men's team was picked to win the Summit Athletic, or the Horizon.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the men have really up years and then just average years. I mean, Ryan, they beat IU.
I know, twice.
My freshman year when I was on the girls' team, they beat IU. I wasn't even able to go. Can you believe that? Our coach wouldn't even let us go get a ticket before practice. So I had to watch it from my dorm room when it was 5 minutes away.
Crazy town when they beat them.
I know. What a year.
Ashley Cox at the line with the clock stopped here for DeKalb. She'll fire the first, and it's good. She's got 8.
Speaking of college men's hoops, though, tomorrow's a big game.
Oh, yeah.
IU and Purdue at 4.
Good.
Did you see the Twitter video from the IU men's coach to Maddie Painter?
No.
You got to look that one up. People's comments were saying it was like photoshopped, but I don't know. It looks pretty real to me. I'll show you between games.
Gotcha.
It's kind of funny.
Should be a good one down there at Simon Scott Arena, and another shot up and good by Finney.
How many points does she have, Ryan?
2, 4, 6, 8, 12 now in the game.
She's probably going to have a double-double.
Pretty close. Here's the jumper in the lane by Cone. No good. And this lead starting to swell now for Snider.
Here we go. Jordan Poole controlling tempo a little bit now.
You're going to have to come out and double team her to get rid of the ball. And that's going to be on Ashley Cox, her fourth. And that will send Snider back to the line. That is Sims going to shoot some free throws.
And if she wouldn't have gotten fouled, I guarantee you Coach Sarp would have said, hey, you should just kick that right back out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's when you better make those free throws, Ryan.
And she hits the first. She's listening to you.
Yeah. Or she's scared and doesn't want to get yelled at.
I know when I was in high school, man, I hated missing free throws. Especially in crunch time.
Oh, no, I never missed free throws in crunch time. I was like Maya Epps. Seriously, I was. Twice my freshman year.
2 more free throws for Snider. Good. They're up 17 now with 3:45 to play. All in all, I think DeKalb's game plan tonight was pretty good. Don't you think?
I do, yeah. I think they just got tired and they have a lot of fouls, too. Like personal
Yeah.
fouls, not team fouls, really.
Cone with the quick release, and she nails it.
They're still getting very good shots.
Yeah.
Great shot selection. Say that one, Ryan, 10 times fast.
Nope. Especially after just eating our dinner tonight.
I know, that was so good. I'm not even done. I still got my salad.
I want to thank
we're thanking the
whoever
DeKalb.
the cook was tonight in the hospitality room did a heck of a job, to be honest with
Absolutely.
you.
I'm coming to her house every Sunday night.
It is pasta night here, and there's a hold called on Pepple. And that'll be her third.
You know what we've also seen this season with girls, Ryan? The benefit of having a true point guard.
Yeah, that really makes teams.
Because that hurt Northrop.
Yep.
It benefits Snider. It definitely benefits Carroll.
Yeah, for sure, because they've got a couple.
Yeah, they really have a couple, but they have one true, but they also have possibly 3, you know?
Yep.
And same with Homestead. They have Molly Stock and Epps. I mean, that's just some of your better teams that have a true point guard. But then you see teams where it's like if you had one person who was the true point guard, it would have benefited them a lot more. But, I mean, if you're DeKalb, I mean, everyone plays so similar.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
That they're lucky. They actually have, like, 5 ball handlers, unless they have Day in there. But then
And
they have their real post player. So.
Right, and they've basically been running a 5 out all night, and that 3 by Cone is off the mark. Snider with it as we hit the 2:30 mark here in the final quarter.
To reverse that, though, Ryan, having a true 5 also has benefited a lot of teams. Homestead doesn't have a true 5.
Right.
That can hurt them in games, like with McElmore. But teams that do have a true 5, I mean, Carroll, goodness gracious, their 5. She was outstanding the other night.
Yeah.
She gave McElmore a run for her money, and she hasn't had one of those this season, really.
And Lily George, just a freshman.
Is she?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cone again from the parking lot, and that's short.
Yeah, Ryan,
Finney is worn out.
Yeah.
She is.
If Lily
she's
George
beat.
gets a good post move, a couple good post moves by next year, oh, watch out, Ryan.
I agree.
Watch out. But her rebounding is outstanding. Imagine if Snider got some post moves. Just a couple. I mean, really, she could just turn and shoot it, though.
She could jump right over you.
Right. She might dunk it, Ryan.
I wonder. I bet she can get the rim.
Yeah.
That would be my guess. Amanda Day will replace Ashley Cox at the 2:02 mark.
I do want to say best wishes to Donahue. I hope everything is okay with her. She's
Oh, yeah.
not returning today. We may see her tomorrow, but we don't know up here. But we're just saying that we hope everything's okay with her.
Martin will hit 1 out of 2, and the lead down to 15 as we go into the 2-minute mark here at DeKalb. Sims will back it out, drives and gives it back to Poole.
You know, really, Jordan Poole could just play around and dribble the whole time if she really wanted to.
And that's tipped out of bounds there by Martin.
Unless you trap her.
Yeah, and that's the only way you're going to get the ball out of her hands right
Yeah,
now is if you
yeah.
go over and bring an extra player. And I think another player coming on for DeKalb, they'll bring on number 10.
She a senior?
That was a senior going out, but I think that is Sienna Maddox.
Oh, is that what they're doing? Is
Brianna,
saying they
yep.
might be taking out their seniors as like this is your last game and you had a great career.
Yep.
So yeah, so we should recognize them, Ryan.
So Cone out, Cox out. And Martin out as well. All the seniors check out.
We'll just zoom in on them. This is a home game, Ryan. Oh, it didn't really focus, but there they
It will.
are.
There you go. And Snider has cleared out the bench as well.
And okay, Ryan, so now Snider has officially booked a ticket to the sectional championship tomorrow night, and that will be at 7:30, am I correct?
7.
7 o'clock.
And they'll await the winner of tonight's second game between East Noble and Carroll. A loose ball rolls out of bounds. It'll go back to DeKalb. Coach Reggie Tharp has done a nice job in his first year with the Panthers.
Yeah, absolutely. First year as head coach.
Yeah, first year as head coach. And he doesn't have a lot of seniors on the team, and he has some real good reinforcements coming in next year out of Lane. And Blackhawk. Here's a drive by Ashley Cox. She misses it.
And
I'll tell you what.
Outstanding talent on his team,
Yes.
too, who is going to be returning. And then adding in a lot of 8th graders
Yep.
always helps. With his second year being next year, like you just said. And he's got some really good assistants over there. DeJour Young.
Yep. Coach Hopkins.
Yep. I don't know the other.
And I'm
lady,
not
but-
sure who the other one is, the assistant coach there tonight. It only lists 3, so Cox misses the first. And the second one is good for Ashley Cox. She's into double figures with 10. And I think if you would probably ask the Summit Athletic Conference coaches, do you think the league was up this year or down this year? I think as a collective, they might say slightly down.
Absolutely, yeah, from past years.
Yeah.
There was a huge divider from 4 teams and the other teams, Ryan.
Right, and I do mean slightly. I don't think it's a glaring big difference, but no, don't worry, boys and girls, because the Fort Wayne Community Schools middle schools are very good this year.
Yeah.
And so a lot of them are going to be coming into Northrop, Snider, and Southside next year, along with some good players heading over now to Wayne. Oh, who was that? Missed it. Number 32. Weeks with the miss. And that three is on the way. 19 seconds to play, rebounded by Ballman. And I am not sure if number 32's sister was in the program a few years ago.
That's what I was thinking, the same thing. She looks so familiar, doesn't she?
And she was the enforcer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she was definitely the enforcer for Snider. That is her older sister. And that'll do it for game number one, your final 50-36. Give me just a minute. We'll run down the unofficial scoring, and we will sign off here. If you're going to watch our second game, you'll have to go back to the Champions Network and find that game. For DeKalb, they'll end their season 12-12. It was Martin with 5, 2 from Cox, 3 from Peppel, 10 from Ashley Cox, 1 from Fordyce, 11 from Lily Cohn, 2 from Breanne Fordyce, and a bucket tonight for Amanda Day. For the Snider Panthers, they got 2 from Donahue, 2 from Barnes, 9 from Jordan Poole, 12 from Tia Finnessy, 7 from Sierra Sims, and tonight's Parkview Sports Medicine player of the game is Kyra Parker. Big night for her with 18 and a bunch of three-pointers. So that will do it for game number one here at Snider. We'll take a timeout. We will check off here, and please go back to the Champions Network and find our second game of the evening. You've been watching Indiana Girls High School Basketball on the Champions Network.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
I like to stay active. I try to come in here at least 3 times a week and just get my 1-hour workout in. Since September, I think I've put on 22 pounds of muscle. I think my vertical has gone up plus 5 inches. I've gotten a lot faster since then, too. I can hit the ball further. In football, I can push people around more. It's basketball easier, too. Just being stronger just makes everything easier.
Brandon started with Jim Ratt's basketball training. After one of the sessions, he came up to me and he wanted to know if he could do more. So Brandon started the edge